New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Good evening, and welcome to the Miracle of Prosperity here on the New Thought Media Network. I'm your host, the Reverend Dr. Jim Webb. I serve as the Senior Minister of the Tacoma Metaphysical Chapel in Silver Spring, Maryland, and I'm the author of a number of books. I'm the author of The Soul of Prosperity, as well as Forgive Your Way to Prosperity, Prosperity from A to Z, Create Your Self-Manifesting Vision Board, and 30 P's for Prosperity. It's always a joy to be with you. For every Sunday evening, we discuss an aspect of prosperity. And we understand prosperity to be more than just money and stuff. Prosperity begins within, with that cultured, developed inner sense of love, peace, grace, divinity, and union with the highest power of love. And from that inner space that we cultivate and that we develop through prayer and meditation, prosperity shows up in our outer worlds. For prosperity is simply all the ways that love can manifest. So think about prosperity that way. All the ways that love can manifest. How can love manifest on your job? Well, that might be considered professional prosperity, where you have a wonderful job with wonderful pay, where you offer a wonderful service in a wonderful way, a la Florence Scovel Shinn. How might love show up in your relationships? It might show up as relationships that are out pictures of your inner relationship with yourself. As you cultivate an inner landscape of harmony, peace, and unconditional loving acceptance for yourself, and as you cultivate an inner consciousness of inner support versus inner negative talk, that shows up in your life in the form of loving, affirming, uplifting, and supportive relationships. It might show up in the form of a life that is easy and joyful because you know yourself as innocent, perfect, whole, and complete, and as a holy beloved of God. And as God's holy beloved, you know that you are deserving of ease. And so life becomes easy. You know that you are innocent. So you realize that you don't have to go through all kinds of trials and tribulations, and that life need not be an obstacle course of pain, suffering, struggle, and lack in order to arrive at your divinity at some future time. You can arrive at your divinity as you accept it within you in the moment. So these are some of the ways that we view prosperity. You may have others too, and you can share them. So what we're going to do tonight is a little different. We're glad you're here. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do intuitive messages for prosperity. And so if you're here, say hello. And we know that you may have some questions that you want to ask about your own prosperity or prosperity in general. And we're going to do intuitive messages on prosperity. So you might first ask, what is an intuitive message? Well, there is a force of love and a source for love. And we can all tap into it in the same way that we plug our electronic equipment into a wall plug and we power it. Well, that force for love and that source of love, as we plug into it, offers us guidance, healing, grace, love, embrace, inspiration, and information. Now, I've been plugging into this professionally for 35 years, and I've been plugging into it individually since I was a teenager. And so what you might consider my channel or my connection with infinite intelligence has become somewhat developed. And as a result of that, I do readings, I do counseling, I do healing, I do channeling, I do messages, and I do it regularly. And so what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to give you messages for your prosperity based on your questions, your prosperity challenges, or whatever. So say hello. Let us know what your prosperity questions are, what messages for your prosperity you would like to receive. And if you would like to be anonymous, not only do you have the option of putting them in the chat, but you also have the option of texting this number, 202-253-6009. And you can ask your question privately, and I can anonymize your answer. So there are two ways to ask your question and to get an intuitive message for prosperity. Put it in the chat or text 202-253-6009, and I will offer you an intuitive message for prosperity. So get your questions ready. We're going to go to break because I need to put on my glasses in order to read them. So I'm going to do that while we're on break. And when we come back, I'll offer intuitive messages for prosperity.
Reverend Jim, while you are on break, I need you to put the microphone up. Our audio quality is not very good here. So if you could just to put the microphone again, take the microphone, just put it all the way up.
Okay, hold it, in other words.
No, I don't want you to hold it. Just take the microphone and just hold it.
Okay.
Take the microphone and then just hold it. Just put the microphone back.
Okay.
Put the microphone back. No, the whole microphone, just put it back. There you go. Go ahead and speak.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, lean the microphone a little bit more back.
Back.
Yeah. Don't speak right into it. Just lean it back just a little bit.
Okay.
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 I think anyhow. Well, sorry for the me coming in here, but we'll be right back with more. Again, this is the Miracle of Prosperity here on your New Thought Media Network. We'll be back in a moment.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you. Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk, Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Unity of Garden Park, New Thought Philadelphia, the Sunshine Cathedral, Unity of Savannah, and the Om Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network. New Thought Media Network proudly presents the Science of Mind Saturday Conversations. Learn more about the Science of Mind philosophy, faith, and way of life. Join our team of experts for a weekly deep dive discussion. Come study the science of mind, chapter by chapter, and resources from the Science of Mind archives. Plan to join us every Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Only on the New Thought Media Network.
And we're back here on the New Thought Media Network with the Miracle of Prosperity. Today we're going to do intuitive messages for prosperity. And we have a couple of questions already, and we can address those. And I see that I got a couple in on via text as well. So we'll start with Linda McFarland. We'll put up her question and we'll work with her. Because this, Linda is us, and we are Linda, for we are all one. So I want to make this question relevant for all of us. If we have been struggling financially and want to get on the right track, will our relief come soon? This question is extremely understandable, and our hearts open to any and everyone who is having a financial struggle. Our hearts open, and that is a key. So one of the things that we can do spiritually, because it's important to understand that what happens in our worlds can be affected by and can be a reflection of our spiritual energy. So the question, how can I offer my spirit relief from struggles? How can I offer my spirit a relief from struggles, whether they be financial struggles or other struggles? Well, we can offer our relief, our spirit, a relief from struggles by taking in this message at the core of our being. You are innocent, perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are. Despite your miseducation and your misunderstandings about yourself that have caused you to believe yourself separate from God and God's love and God's provision, protection, and support, there is a part of you that remembers that you are one with God and God is one with you. This part of you that remembers that you are one with God and that God is one with you also remembers God as love and you as love. Connect with this part of you regularly, that it might teach the other parts of you that God is love and is within you, for God is love expressing as you. And as you continually nurture this energy, this consciousness, this patterning, this new energy that overrides what you have been told about yourself and overrides the fable that you must struggle and overcome in order to be holy. This part of you becomes the more operative part of you. And this part of you that believes and knows itself to be deserving of love can then allow love to be easy. And one aspect of love that it can allow to be easy is financial flows. So here's a thought form, a thought pattern, and an affirmation that can be used. Now, it's important to take this thought form, this thought pattern, this affirmation with you deep into your daily spiritual practice of healing. And each day, when you go to that deep place and you connect with the inner love that is your essence, and you remember that it is connected with the love of Source, when you make this divine connection each day in prayer, in meditation, and in your personal spiritual process, you can work with the following thought. I allow God's love to bless me totally. I allow God's love to bless me financially. I allow God's love to bless me totally. I allow God's love to bless me financially. I allow God's love to bless me totally. I allow God's love to bless me financially. For I am God's beloved and fully deserving of all God's gifts. I allow God's love to bless me totally. I allow God's love to bless me financially. For I am God's beloved and totally deserve all God's gifts. So you allow this idea to permeate your consciousness in a deep, deep way until this idea becomes a part of you and every cell in your body vibrates with this idea. And when every cell in your body vibrates with this idea and the energy centers in your body take this idea in, and when the meridians, the energies within you take this idea in, and when you just simply resonate with this idea, it must show up in your outer world. So this is a regular spiritual process that you can use to allow God to bless you financially. So it depends on you. The when could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be 2 weeks from now. It depends on your level of commitment to this idea. Because each time you work with this, the energy of love breaks down the unconscious barriers to loving support in the form of financial ease. We have often developed barriers to loving support in the form of financial ease. We may have heard when we were kids, money doesn't grow on trees. And we've believed in the scarcity of money. To which I say, money does grow on trees. When you look around in the spring, after things have seemed to be so barren, after things have seemed to be dead, and then in the spring, all this green stuff out of nowhere sprouts up on the billions of trees on the planet. And guess what? Money is made from wood pulp, which is tree. So money actually does grow on trees. And seeing God perform in nature by bringing to life that which seemed to be dead, the trees, and making all this green stuff sprout on them, that abundance that we see in nature is the same God force that lives within us. And as we are healed and renewed by new thoughts in our minds, we can be just as fertile as the trees and allowing new thoughts to flower in our worlds. So that's my answer to that question. We have another question, and this is a personal question as it relates to someone who does not work for ICE, but whose income is affected by some of the things that are happening and the shutdown of DHS. And this person wants to know, when can they feel more financial security? Well, there are two responses to this question that I'm getting from Spirit. One is the practical, and that is, in 2 to 3 weeks, it feels like this will be settled down. By March 21st, I'm feeling like I am breathing easier because something has happened, something has come through. I'm feeling like on March 21st, I'm breathing easier. I'm feeling a shift. And that's the practical. And then there's the spiritual that supports the practical. And that is as follows. God, you are my source. You are my source of love. You are my source of light. You are my source of life. You are my source for good. I am your holy, beloved child. Cause me right now to feel the peace of your presence and the peace of your provision. Cause me right now to know and accept that you will work through an infinite number of channels in an infinite number of ways to bring to your beloved that which is needed. So I accept the security of your presence and love, and I accept your support in an infinite number of ways that I might feel at peace regardless of what is happening outside. Fill me, heal me, lift me into peace regardless regardless of what is happening in the outer world. Let this be so. And so it is. Amen. And that's what I get there. Now, we've had some folks texting me as well. And so I'm going to take a text question. And the question that I glanced at, I saw it before, was what the essence of it was. When will prosperity show up in my life, in my world? And I want to answer this by what I'm getting right now, which is your life is your teacher. Your life is your mirror. Your life is your guide. What is it telling you? Is it telling you where you are saying no inside? Or is it telling you where you are saying yes inside? Your life simply mirrors your inner landscape. So if you choose to change your inner landscape, your life will change as a result. So, what is your life telling you? If it is showing you a door that is closed, what within you would cause you to believe that door is closed? Is it old conditioning? Is it an old idea of undeservingness? Is it an old idea that there is something more powerful outside of you than the light of God that is within you? For we know the Bible said the light of God within you is more powerful than anything in the world. So our task is to look at our life and what lesson it offers and ask, what is the story that concocted this experience? Is the story true, loving, uplifting, affirming? And if not, it's not a story. It's a lie. What is the truth that I need to know, hear, feel, and embody instead? So, in practical terms, if something seems unattainable for you, what part of you, inside you, unconsciously, may feel it to be out of reach? That part of you may have forgotten that you are the holy, beloved God. That part of you may have forgotten that there is nothing in the world that is more powerful than the light force of God within you as you nurture, expand, and experience yourself as that light force, as that light force. So it's an opportunity and a call to go within and to nurture that light force, that light force. There is nothing outside of me stronger than God's will for my happiness within me. And I agree with God's will for my happiness. And I allow myself to experience this joy. And you nurture that idea within you. And then you see how this joy put out picture in your life. And you might ask, show me all the ways that this joy would show up in my life. And you might get images and ideas and inklings and feelings about that. Well, you nurture those as well. You vision board them. You draw them out. You write them out. You journal them out. You imagine them out. You feel them out. And by feel them out, I mean put yourself in the energy of that vision and live that vision and let that vision live within you. And as you nurture this energy within you, it must show up outside of you. So if you're experiencing any kind of door that is closed, nurture the energy of the open door within you. And as you nurture the energy of the open door within you, that outer door must open too. And that's how I'll address that question. So we've had some interesting questions so far. You might have other questions that you want to ask. So we're going to go to commercial break right now, and we're going to come back and address some additional questions as we do intuitive messages for prosperity here on the New Thought Media Network.
Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. Center for Spiritual Living Denver. Unity of Garden Park. New Thought Philadelphia. The Sunshine Cathedral. Unity of Savannah. And the Ohm Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network. Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa, Ohm Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you. New Thought Media Network proudly presents the Science of Mind Saturday Conversations. Learn more about the Science of Mind philosophy, faith, and way of life. Join our team of experts for a weekly deep dive discussion. Come study the science of mind, chapter by chapter, and resources from the Science of Mind archives. Plan to join us every Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, only on the New Thought Media Network.
And we're back here on the New Thought Media Network with the Miracle of Prosperity. I apologize for the audio issues we've been having. I have been trying to use a new mic, and I might say trying to use it unsuccessfully. So hopefully those audio issues are cleared up now, and we can go forward. So we have another question, and that question is from Jane Bad. So we'll take that question now. How do we put fears of world conflicts aside and open to feelings and peace and contributing to it? Well, there's a simple answer to this one that is reflective of a deeper answer that I'm getting. The simple answer that I'm getting is to sing that song, "Let There Be Peace on Earth, and Let It Begin with Me." That is more than just a song. That is an affirmation, and that is a truth that song teaches us that we can employ. Peace in the world begins with me. So what we can do individually is nurture that place within us that is in inner peace. You see, there are two parts of us. There is our body and its ego. Our body and its ego has been trained to be fearful, to feel guilty, to feel small, to feel vulnerable, and to always feel like the other shoe of punishment is going to drop. That part of us is the part of us that came to the earth in order to see an outpicturing of its errors in thinking so that it might heal, because it is a small part of our eternal souls. But that small part of our eternal souls feels as if it is all we are while we're here on the earth. But the good news is that there is another part of us. There is the part of us that is now and has always been connected to God, at one with God, and never has been disconnected from God or separate from God. That part of us is our eternal energy, our soul energy, our highest expression of ourselves as the light of God. So when we go into meditation, when we go into prayer, when we go into contemplation, and when we go into personal processing, we access that part of us. And that part of us, I won't say is unfazed by what is happening in the world, but it is less fazed by what is happening in the world. And that part of us knows that, as A Course in Miracles lesson 292 says, a happy outcome to all things is sure. So even though we are in the midst of yet another war, it knows that ultimately the lessons that this teaches humanity will help all of humanity to evolve. It knows that even though we are in the midst of yet another war, we can have peace within us. So we can ask ourselves, are there any parts of us still at war with ourselves? Any parts of us that are judging, criticizing, or in some way condemning ourselves? Can we find and, like Microsoft Word, find and replace those parts of us with the idea and the truth of God's unconditional love, so that we find a deep, deep peace within us? When we find and nurture and expand that deep, deep peace within us, first of all, we are unfazed by the chaos of the world. We have withdrawn any energy we have contributed unconsciously to the chaos in the world. And we could, as A Course in Miracles says, we could see peace instead of this. So we start asking that part of us, what would peace look like in my life? And what would peace look like in my world? And we start getting visions of peace. Maybe at first they're glimmers of peace. And maybe little by little, we start seeing peace where we hadn't seen it before. And we realize our world is reflecting our peace. And little by little, more of our collective world will experience collective peace, as individually we all begin to experience collective peace. So let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Good. Now we've got some other questions, and so I'm going to read them right off the screen. Okay, we've got someone who wants to finance their business plan. By April, their lease is up in June, and they're ready to purchase. Okay, let's work with this. Understand that every probability, A, is like a weather forecast, and B, it's up to us. So with that in mind, let's see what we get with this. I'm getting three things from a practical perspective here. I'm hearing the word banks. I'm hearing the word VCs, venture capitalists, and I'm hearing the word investment angels. So when I hear these three words, that means that, and the fourth thing I'm hearing is Association of Retired Executives. And that's actually what I heard first before I heard the other three. So I want to go with that one first. When I hear about these retired executives, what I'm hearing is it might be helpful for you to see if there's some sort of small business support system in your area where they've have retired business executives who can look over your business plan and give you advice on any ways that you can continue to massage it. That's the first thing. And then once you look over your business plan and look at all the ways that you can massage it, you can then go to venture. The technology tonight is very interesting. You can look at then going to some venture capitalists, some investment angels, and some banks for financing. So first fine-tuning, then financing is what I'm hearing. First fine-tuning, then financing. First fine-tuning, then financing. Well, you know, they say that when spirit is high, it affects electronics. And I guess tonight is a testament to that. So first fine-tuning, then financing. And so if you spend the next 2 weeks fine-tuning with advice from some seasoned professionals, then you spend the next 2 weeks pursuing financing, it is likely that you will get some sort of referral that will put you on the right track as we move towards what might be called on the East Coast, the warm weather. And that's what I get. So we're going to have to go to break because as you can see, our technology makes it seem as if I'm in a disco. So we'll be back here on the New Thought Media Network.
New Thought Radio, music from all your favorite New Thought artists. From Jamie Lula, Karen Drucker, Gary Lynn Floyd, Ricky Byers, Daniel Nahmod, Eddie Watkins Jr., and many, many more. 24/7 New Thought Radio. Positively inspiring.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Home Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you.
New Thought Media Network is excited to present Divine Science Everywhere, Fridays at 2 p.m. Mountain Time and 4 p.m. Eastern. Come explore a modern experience of divine science. With Reverend Joy Fletcher, Reverend Jeff Radcliffe, and Bishop Durrell Watkins. Join us as we open our eyes to divine science everywhere we look. Fridays on New Thought Media Network.
And we're back here on the Miracle of Prosperity on the New Thought Media Network. It's been quite a ride this evening, and we hope that the intuitive messages for those who ask questions can apply to everyone who has questions about their prosperity. So that's what I want to share with you tonight, in addition to a couple of other things that I've got going on. So I've got some new classes that are coming up, and I want to talk with you about those briefly as well. My new classes include an existing class that we're extending for 4 more weeks, and that is Opening to Channel. It's going on now, but you can still join this class because we're extending it for 4 more weeks. And although the title is Opening to Channel, it is about opening so that we all become channels for light, for love, for healing, and for grace. So it's an experiential class where each week you have a deep experience of spirit. You will feel Spirit's embrace. You will feel Spirit's love. You will feel Spirit embracing you, moving through you, perhaps even speaking through you or showing you things. And this has been profound for many of the people who have participated. So we're extending it for 4 more weeks, and it begins on Monday, March 9th. However, if you sign up now, you can actually come to the class tomorrow night, which is the final of the last series. So it's kind of like getting a class for free. So this class is 4 Mondays or 5 Mondays if you sign up tonight or tomorrow morning. It's 5 Mondays or 4 Mondays from 7:30 to 9, and each week will be a deeper experience of spirit. So that's what I'm doing, but I do my classes 2 for the price of 1. So the second class that we're doing is Ask Spirit Anything. This is a class that I channel, where I go into channel and you get to ask Spirit directly anything that you want to ask Spirit. I regularly channel, but generally it's on a topic, and many times the questions are regarding that topic. But this is an opportunity for you to ask Spirit anything on any topic that you choose. It's 4 weeks beginning March 12th. Now, it's also $80 for friends, $80 for members, $100 for friends. But you can get both of these for the one price of $80 or $100. And that is 2 for the price of 1. There are a number of ways to reach me to let me know that you are interested. One is you can text me on this phone number, 202-253-6009. You can email me at revjimwebb@msn.com, but it's easier to text me. So just text me, let me know you're interested. And that phone number, which is 202-253-6009, is how you can also pay. That phone number is registered to Zelle, to Cash App, to Venmo, and PayPal. So you go to one of those services, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, and you put in that number, 202-253-6009, and you make the payment of $100 or $80 if you're a member of a New Thought organization, or $100 if you're a friend, and you get 2 classes for the price of 1. These classes sell out. I happen to have 2 spots because what happens is it's like overbooking on an airline. The classes sell out, and then certain people either decide or are unable to make the classes individually. So then I wind up with a couple of slots. And that's why I'm able to offer these classes to you a little earlier now. So sign up sooner rather than later, before I even get more over capacity than I was before people started doing them by video versus doing them in person. They're on Zoom and you always get the recordings. So I look forward to seeing you. Text me if you have any questions on this. And I want to thank you. Thank you for your patience tonight as we struggled with some new technology. And in the meantime, everyone have a wonderful, prosperous life. We're glad to be with you here on the New Thought Media Network. Good night.